And we are live, George.
Good evening. Well, hey, what an evening we are going to have tonight. Welcome to the Arsenal Women Chat Show, where we're live on the Arsenal Women Chat Show and the Mr. Arsenal podcast. So give them both a subscribe before we get into it. Gonna introduce you to my guest quickly, and then we'll go on to something that I think is really, really important. And that's not how shit Chelsea are. So there you go. First S bomb of the evening. Georgie boys on a roll. Let's go. Darren, how you doing, mate?
Bit pissed off, actually.
All right. Moving on. That's the shortest segment Darren's had on the show.
I'm all right, mate. I'm happy with Saturday, pissed off with Sunday, but I know we're not talking about the men on this show, but it kind of like deflated the mood a little bit. But other than that, all good, mate.
Cool, nice one. Amelia, great to have you back on. How you doing, mate?
No, thank you for having me. Yeah, I'm good. Good after Saturday. Can't be sad with that, can you?
No, we needed someone to talk sense on the show while we're all like smug and everything, so we got you on.
No pressure.
No. Laura, how you doing, mate?
I'm buzzing still. Like I think my body's like on a come down. I was obviously saying before we come on the show that I got to Gatwick Airport and took a migraine while on security, and I think it's the best migraine I've ever had because it was just caused by purely joy through football. And you're right. I'm going to be the smuggiest cunt on this show tonight. And, before anybody comes for the word cunt in Scotland is good. So,
oh, I love it. And Kev, how are you doing, mate? Good to have you on.
Hey, cracking, mate. I mean, obviously after yesterday's efforts, I had to re-watch our game from Saturday just to put me in a good mood before I went to bed.
Obviously we know Man United have took over the universe, but we won't go on about that. They've won 2 games. Well done. And Paul, how you doing, mate? Good to have you on and good to see you Saturday.
Yep. Still on a bit of a sort of coming down from that on Saturday, and surprisingly, the 3 Chelsea supporters at work kept a wide berth from me today.
Very, very quiet, isn't it? And you know what the pressure's like with me and Laura now when you have to host a show, mate. So well done from the other day. Even though someone said they don't need who needs George? Who needs George?
Who said
Right. I wonder who said that. I'll give you 6 seconds to work that one out. But there we go. All right, to the serious point of view.
Thank you.
Right, serious point of view before we get on to the show. To the show that's dedicated to someone on here called. He watches some of the shows. He watches the watch-alongs. And a certain person called Gav. I'll let you all kind of work out who he supports.
Hi, Gav. Evening.
But let's get on to
just a reminder, London is red.
Exactly. Right. Talk about the serious part first. Obviously, it was a great day, great being with friends and family, but there was a certain ugly thing that happened. Just a bit of a caution and a remember, we behave properly like human beings at football. That doesn't mean that children come away from football games covered in blood. I'm not going to go too much into it because I think it's disgusting and I don't think these scumbags deserve the airtime, to be honest. But we are Arsenal Football Club. We're classier. We're a community. So what we do, we look after our own. And you know what? That is what we're going to do from now on. So that's all I've got to say about it. Those who know. But at the end of the day, we're Arsenal Football Club and we're the best community out there and the best fucking fan base. So, yeah. Right, let's go into the chat. Have we got any comments, Laura?
Yeah, they're all in tonight. It's quite busy, actually. Obviously, we'll get caffeine. Something special must have happened for the weekend that all these people have all of a sudden popped up.
Yeah, so I don't know what happened.
Oi, oi, it's Kellogg's boy.
Who's Kellogg's boy?
Austin.
He calls himself that. Why?
No, because
I'll let
Austin
Laura
is
explain.
behind him on the live shows, and it looks like the Kellogg sign. So we say
Oh,
Kellogg's.
I see. Oh,
And we've got the better looking Will's brother, Chris.
Yeah. Gotta love a bit of Chris in your life.
Obviously, we've got. I'm sorry if I butcher your name, but is it Hadj? Hadj?
Yeah,
That's
nice
what your
seeing
name
you,
is, if it is. We've got Mike in. He said London
nice
is red.
one, Mike.
That's what he is. We've got Ange Beer. Evening,
Hey,
George.
Anne. Good to have you on. Good that you're here. Please remember the people that are new, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, really helps because we are quite close to 300. And those 300 are organically done. They're not because I've not appeared on AFTV or anything or got my own TikTok channel. So we all got proper people here, people who care about the community. So that's why I asked, hit that subscribe button. In the words of Kellogg's boy, it only takes a few seconds.
6 seconds.
No, that's just you, Dazza.
Chris says 5 minutes and Laura's dropping the cunt bomb. Yes,
Yeah,
I did.
weren't me this time. So,
Miss Melina's in the house as well.
hey
Hello,
Mel,
Melina.
great to have you here.
And she's obviously asking if you're well, George. But
Yeah,
we
I'm
are.
good, thank you, mate. Hope you're doing well as well. I was trying to see how many times I could get well into a sentence because we've got a Wells on the show and a Wells watching the show. But we are all well, thank you, Mel, and I hope you're well. Yep. So.
And that's
Right.
us.
Cool, nice one. Obviously, all the guys in chat, amazing that you're there. In the words of a certain Leslie Russo, absolutely buzzing. Because Austin always takes the piss when I say that. Right, let's get into the kick around with the girls, what we had on Saturday. Cool. I'm gonna go to Amelia first, just because I dislike putting her under the pressure, really. What was your thoughts going into the game? Like I have got proof that I said that my Thameslink train was 1 minute early, so that meant we were winning the game.
To be honest, I wasn't the most confident, but that's because I was there on Wednesday night for the Man United game, and I saw that
yeah.
we and I don't think there was a lack of effort there, but I think sometimes it looked like we ran out of ideas, and I was a little worried about how that would go at the. We've not got the record there in recent years, and it's been a long time coming. So when we came into the game, not too confident, but once it started, I think it was nice to see us actually go there and dominate. I think we were all over them. I think we completely outplayed them, and I think we were worthy winners in the end. And I think we completely got it right. The game plan was executed really well. I think, to be honest, it was in a similar way to when we went into the Barcelona game. I think there was a lot of people that maybe doubted us and maybe didn't think that we would come out with anything from it. But when the game got underway, you could tell that there was a certain particular way we looked to play and the way that we'd studied in the week and kind of trained for it. And we just completely, they could not stop us. And I think we limited them to one shot on target all game. So another defensive display as well. And then when we did get the chances, we did manage to shoot them, which has not been something that we've managed to do recently very well. So it was good that finally we were able to take our chances and actually get what we deserved and get the win. But how good did it feel? It was amazing.
Yeah, I would say it's not the first time Chelsea have lost at the Bridge against the European champions. It's happened 4 times in the last 4 years. Just thought I'd drop that in, Gav, in case you are watching. Come out and play, Gav. Like, show's dedicated to you. He probably thought he got away with it because I heard he was on the watch along. So, but I was at the game, mate. I was limbs and everything, celebrating, watching the best winner in the world, Lauren James. Yeah, we'll get into her later. Come on. I did notice she had Santa's comment with her brother. She's as shit as him as well. So and I think I shouted that a few times. All right, Darren, come to you. Obviously, let's be real. Going into the game, we wasn't confident at all. Obviously, how the season's been going. What did you think of the lineup kind of going into it? obviously saw Kim back in Kim Yester. We'll get and talk about her in a bit, but obviously Kim, Mario, and Russo was in the tent. Obviously, you was happy Stina started. So, what's your thoughts?
Well, firstly, I think Amelia pretty much summed it up perfectly. You know, I think we was all a little bit apprehensive going into that game, particularly since we come off the back of a 1-0 defeat against Manchester United at the Meadow Park. I was there too, Amelia, and you're right in what you said. We had plenty of industry. We just didn't have the ideas in the final third to get the ball into the back of the net. Other than Frida Marnham, but we won't talk about her again, shooting over from 6 yards. We might have just won that. So there was a little bit of apprehension going into the game. I think more so for those that doubt Stina being up front, in the front two, or whatever you want to call it, with Russo. That doesn't always garnish what's the right word to use, the confidence that people should have in her. I think she had a really good game, but of course I'm biased. I think from back to front, every single player actually stepped up on this particular occasion. The challenge, as I said to somebody the other day, is to put that one behind us now, and not so much AS far on Wednesday and whoever Sunday. What I really want to see is how the girls come back in the next WSL game. Are they going to have the same intensity or not? If they haven't, then yesterday was a waste of time, really, or Saturday, I should say, was a waste of time, because that'll be a distant memory if we go and get ourselves battered against. Oh, it's against City, isn't it? Oh my God! So that's another must-win game. So we need to see the girls, and I don't care what the lineup is, as long as when they cross that line, they're playing for the badge on their chest and they give it their all. There's no reason why we cannot beat Man City at home.
Yeah, I agree. I would like to win the next 2 games, because the Champions Cup, you get 1.7 million for that. So that could really help to be really invested into the squad. Because I'll put it out there, I do think the squad gets invested in the summer. Things what we've heard, I think you might be surprised. That's all I'm saying. Kev, I'm going to come to you. Obviously, like Darren and Amelia have said, it was dominant, wasn't it? I know someone in the chat said the best striker in the world, Sam Kerr. Well, I thought the Scottish Sam Kerr was better, and I did tell her that. I did say the Scottish Sam of you is better, and but like we saw, like the defense really, the defense just kept her quiet, didn't they?
Yeah, she never got a look in. You know, she was dominated like the rest of them. Just not much more you can say, really. I mean, we went out there with a plan and we executed, which was a bit of a shock, but yeah.
There's a lot of people saying that Chelsea were poor and that's why we were so good. No,
we made them look poor.
Exactly, Kev. We didn't give them a frigging chance.
Who's saying that? Chelsea fans?
Well, I've seen it on the BBC website, Sky. Various other pundits from Sky have said it, and other places.
I'm not surprised.
Listen, how can you be poor when you had that strong bench like that, and we had only five starters on our bench? Laia Kadina, Vicky Palova, Samila. Who else was on the bench?
Sophie
Harwood, who signed a contract today, by the way.
We only had five starters. They had a full other starting 11, possibly, that you would have feared coming on. So there should have been no excuses whatsoever from Chelsea.
But that's my point. Let's make sure that Chelsea on Saturday wasn't our inverted commas cup final. Yeah. That was just the girls showing what they actually can do. We need to go into Wednesday. I do agree with you, George. We must win Wednesday and we must win on Sunday. But to me, the big one is against Man City at the Emirates.
I don't think it is. To be honest, we don't have. We want to. We don't have to. Because
I disagree. Because
I think we will, but because I think the title race will be done by then. But
I'm not interested in the title race anymore. There's nobody catching Man City as far as I'm concerned. But what I don't want is the Spuds catching us.
Mate, they're not catching us. They can't even beat Liverpool, mate.
Yeah, they weren't lucky.
I'm not worried.
I
I'm not worried about Tottenham. I am not.
Game. I was watching the multi-view on Sky, and every time they went back over to that game, it was a Chelsea chance. I know Liverpool hit the bar a couple of times, maybe, but it was predominantly the Spuds. Anyway, let's not talk about them.
I'm not worried about them, mate. I've got more chance of getting my eyesight back than them finishing above us. Not happening.
There's
Spurs.
also Man United to be worried about as well. Don't forget, and they're playing bloody well at the moment.
Not worried, mate. Not worried. Well, not worried at all.
Don't worry, George. I'm not having a meltdown. I'm just saying it is.
I know you're not. They'll falter, mate. You watch. Anyway, Paul. Before we get into who else is going to finish above us, in case Darren thinks that. Right. Obviously, we're just talking about Sam Kerr, but someone who didn't really has been spoken about who had a really good game. It was like retro podcast time, wasn't it? It was Caldini. She was back. Steph Catley. What a performance she made.
Yeah, it was a pleasure to watch from all the girls that were out there. They just put their heart into it right from the whistle. But yeah, even Steph Catley, even your favourite George, Caitlin Ford, had a pretty good game. Yeah, how many more superlatives can we give that performance?
No, exactly.
It was fantastic to be part of. Fantastic atmosphere we created as well in that end.
So I wasn't laughing at you, Paul. I just looked at what Austin just put about me.
Let the seconds tick over. Yeah. Also, just to clarify, is if results go our way, because a certain someone, we won't mention their names, certain someone said on Friday, if results don't go our way, we could be 5th behind Tottenham. I'm going to spin that. If results go the way we want them to, Chelsea could be out the top 4. Acknowledge that, Mr. Wells. So it could happen.
I was just being factual and just giving you
and so am I.
Alternative spin on what could have happened. And
so am I. Chelsea lose to City. We beat City. Man United win. Chelsea ain't in Champions League.
Well, and I never said anything other than that. I just said that Spuds could be above us. That's what concerns me.
No worried. It'll be good night Sonia tuna pasta. So, disgrace performance. Right, let's go into. We're going to talk about some of the players that obviously we'll start with the first goal. I'm going to go to you, Amelia. We've not been very, very blessed with some great winners this season, apart from consistently, I'd probably say one, and that's Beth Mead. We've got a video or picture or video we're going to show. Yeah, so obviously, but with Beth, what a performance she done, and surely she deserves an extension.
I would say so. I think it's interesting that in the summer, obviously, there was all this rumour about her going to London City Lionesses, and then she's turned out to be probably our best winger so far this season, maybe up there with Olivia Smith as well. But it is very interesting that it seems as though she's tried to prove a point this season. It seems like she kind of heard all that speculation in the summer. Obviously, it would have been hard for her not to take note of it. And I think she was coming in to sort of say, I'm not a London City Lionesses level player. I'm able to challenge at the top. I'm able to be part of the starting 11. I'm not a player that should be sat on the bench. I'm a player that should be starting. And I think, you know what, credit to her because she's not put a foot wrong so far this season. I think you can see in her performances, she's definitely got so much life left in her to continue playing for Arsenal and playing at the top level and playing in the Champions League and playing, you know, at the top of her game, because she has such an impact. It's an influence on the players that she has around her as well. Her movement, when she's off the ball, it opens up spaces for the players behind her. The link up with the players that she has, such as like Emily Fox on the right hand side. I think it's irreplaceable, and I think at the moment you would be silly not to give her an extension. And the way she took her goal, the composure in front of goal, which is what we've been missing so much this season. We've spoke about it so many times, but to get the ball in that position, it looks easy to hit the target and score, but it's easier said than done for Arsenal this season, and she managed to do it, and that got us underway, and that after that we didn't look back. So yeah, definitely been brilliant on Saturday, and brilliant all round all season.
Yeah. Hey Nolly, thanks for joining, and hey Ryan, hope you're good, mate. And James, hope you're good as well. Yeah, with me though, Darren, when she scores, she makes the Arsenal sin, doesn't she?
Yeah, off the ball and on the ball, Amelia. She's I seen that in my head when you said off the ball. I went, well, on the ball. It was a good team goal actually, which of course started with the mighty Steph Catley shoving, brushing Sam Kerr, who fell to the earth in instalments, and then Russo and Steiner, of course, occupied the defence and took them away, and that ball then was able to be played through to Beth, and the rest, as I say, is history. It was a good team goal, I thought.
Yeah, also like Ryan said, it was 9 years to the day she signed, wasn't it? So that makes it even a bit more special.
Yeah, I think at the moment, I know we're just over halfway through the season, maybe. She's up there as one of the players of the season, isn't she?
Yeah, easily for me. I was saying that to Dorian the other day. Like, I can't think of 2 or 3 players ahead of her that I think for consistency levels.
Actually,
Obviously,
anybody at the moment, George, to be quite fair.
Kim's the only one for me.
Oh yeah, Kim. I mean, we must give Kim special mention for her performance. 90 minutes plus on Saturday as well. She was exceptional, and she was backtracking and clearing the ball from the byline sometimes as well. She put a fair shift in, that girl. Good. It was good to see.
Yeah,
I don't think
go on.
Sorry, I know you're going to go on to ASFAR shortly, but I don't think we'll see her start on Wednesday. She'll probably be given a breather.
Yeah, I don't think we need her to start. Let's be real. Talking about Kim, obviously we have got something for her as well, haven't we, Laura?
Yeah, we have. We sure have. I'll play that first.
Yeah.
Just to be even more, I just put the full video of the Champions League trophy left at the end of that. So, Gav, if you're watching,
Hi, Gav.
That's just a reminder of what we are.
Come on, Gav. Come on, Gav. We know you're not grounded. Come on. We're all nice here. Yeah. Talking about Kim, Paul, I'll come to you about it. What another brilliant performance. Like, she's playing like she's just timeless, isn't she? Like she's playing like she's in her mid-20s. Obviously, her fitness regime is second to none as well. But I think there was a time, like about 5 minutes from the end, that she sprinted back and took the ball for Lauren James, which that just shows the class in what Kim Little does and how important she is to our team, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know where she's found this form from over the last few games, or this season rather, but yeah, it's as if she could go on for 10 more years, like we keep saying. This is it's brilliant to have her in the team. I think she's one of those people. She does lead the team, and when she's not there, she is a loss, not just from what she can do, but just the energy she gives to the rest of the players, and so her presence on the pitch. She's one of those people that everyone around them just seems to up their game when she's on the ball and she's on form.
Yeah,
and she's having the season of her life this year.
Yeah, I think she's been brilliant. It worries me when she's not in the midfield because it's such a big gap. As Mike said, 10 more years. No, mate, 100, mate. Million years. They need to do to her what they've done in Austin Powers' film. like get the freezer thing out, so like we can just preserve her and then bring her back like every like 10 years when we need her. So Kev, obviously going into the second goal, where my rib hasn't survived yet, I don't think. What a goal from Mariona. Do you think we're seeing the Mario of old? I hate to be the one who says common sense, but normally when you play someone like her a bit forward, it does work.
It does. I'm not the biggest fan of playing Russo in the 10, but if she's going to be backed up by Mario pushing forward as well, when we're on the attack, and if it's going to work like it did Saturday, go for it. I mean, Mariona has always got that in her locker, but I haven't got a clue what the Chelsea defence were doing. I mean, how long was Mario stood on the edge of the box with her arms in the air? And nobody closed her down or attempted to cut the ball off. So it's just a simple case. I mean, she knows where the corners are. And if you give her that much space, there's only one result.
Yeah, I agree. Laura, talking about Chelsea defence, there was a certain Naomi Girma apparently playing. I did shout, what a waste of money, and I thought, you know what, don't even dignify that even as a chant. She was awful, wasn't she? Like, even I know Stina was offside on more than one occasion. Sorry, Darren. But she was just all over Naomi Girma, wasn't she? I think she embarrassed her.
Laura's only just come back. That question was to you.
Yeah, that's for you, Laura.
What was your thoughts on Girma?
Your thoughts on Naomi Girma, because I said Stina was all over her.
Oh, my thoughts on Naomi Girma. Thank fecking hell we did not waste our money on her, because I honestly think since she's been at Chelsea, she's been poor, and obviously that shows when obviously like getting selected at the USA team at the moment either. Like I don't know what she was doing, standing watching Mariona do what Mariona was doing. It was clear she was standing on the edge of that box for what felt like 5 minutes with her hands up in the air, screaming, "Give me the ball, give me the ball." And Naomi, no man's land. Absolute no man's land. And then looked shocked that the goal went in. It was honestly what a waste of money, and I'm glad Chelsea wasted the money on her. Yeah.
Hey, Jules, can I ask a controversial question?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, go on.
Of the starting Chelsea 11 from Saturday, if we could take one player to Arsenal, who would you take?
Carpenter.
Laura?
Written candidate.
Paul?
Either Carpenter or Thompson.
Thompson was what I was going to say.
Yeah, I forgot that.
Amelia? I'd love to share the question. Wingman?
Alyssa Thompson.
Okay.
That's right. Hey, Mark, hope you're doing well as well. Thanks for joining. I'm not sure what the time is in Australia. So, yeah, I just think Carpenter's generally a good fullback. So that's the only reason I would. And even though she had a good game, she's not one that consistently does it, is McCabe. So everyone knows my opinions on McCabe. I want to, obviously, we'll do it a little bit different, Amelia. I'm going to talk about a couple of the Chelsea players. We'll talk about my favourite, Lauren James. If you can hint, there's a lot of sarcasm there. Yeah, so there's a bit of a funny story to this. Every time Lauren James got the ball, crossed it and done nothing, I just kept shouting, "Oh dear, Lauren James, what's going on, Lauren James? Oh no, it's a calamity, Lauren James." Someone said I might get done for bullying, but yeah, I don't think it was that bad. Not yet, anyway. Do How do you think she done that? I know a lot of people said she done quite well, but for me, she was just she looked dangerous when she got the ball, but then there was nothing else.
Yeah, I think it was end product, but I think it was end product with a lot of the Chelsea players at the weekend. I think there was of danger and threat when she was on the ball. I think, she was trying to run out the defence and give them a bit of a different kind of task and challenge, but it was nothing that that Steph Catley and Emily Fox and all the rest of them at the back there couldn't match. I particularly, not a Lauren James moment, but I particularly enjoyed the fight of some of them. I enjoyed Steph Catley taking the ball off Sam Kerr in the middle of the park to get us going for the first goal. I enjoyed Katie McCabe bodying Ellie Carpenter within the first half an hour. I just loved how up for it they seemed and how it was. There was so much passion behind every Arsenal player, and I didn't really quite see that same energy in the Chelsea team, other than maybe Millie Bright, who showed a couple of glimpses of trying to get stuck in and make things happen. But I think just all over the pitch, we had better end products. We were better when we got on the ball. We had more ideas, and I feel like we just wanted the game more. And I think that showed through both our performance and Chelsea's performance. But Lauren James is obviously a good player, and I think we do know that she has got talent, she has got ability. But on Saturday, she just didn't have the end product, and that was a familiar story for a lot of the Chelsea lineup.
Yeah, and I just don't like Lauren James. So here you go.
Do we have the "You're on the List" video clip? We need to get that.
We have to try and get that. Yeah, Chris Wells, he's going to be the first inductee onto the list. So we'll try and see if we can get that. I'll ask Ryan and then see if we can move it over. Because we're going to have plenty of people on the list for these shows. So, and people ask me why I don't like Lauren James. I think she's so talented. But then I think she lets herself down when she does stuff like stamping and stuff like that. And I just think I'm just not a fan. But I know a lot of England fans are. So I do like the comments in the chat. We will take none of them because we want winners. And none of them have won the Champions League as far as I know. But Hannah Hampton's an interesting one. I would not take Hannah Hampton, personally. Plus you discredit me, Kev. She's trying to be more blinder than me. No, what's all that about? Can't be having that, can I? But no, all jokes aside, I think on her day, I think Van Donselaar's probably a little bit better. But I don't think Borba done much, Rob. She weren't really tested, but I thought on Saturday she done quite well. I'm going to go to you, Laura. Obviously, we're talking about like some of the players that played really, really well. If you had to choose, who would have been your player of the match?
Obviously, we all know that Beth Mead got it, and that's well deserved for her. If obviously Beth Mead didn't perform the way she did, then for me it was got to be Steph Catley. I thought Steph Catley was, as we touched on earlier on, was defensively solid. Her communication between her and Lotta was spot on, and it's the best I've seen it all season between the two of them. She just didn't let up, and the amount of times I've seen her so high up on the pitch, like we've seen the old Steph Catley. So used to seeing her so high up on the pitch. She was in amongst every 50-50 challenge that she possibly could to get the ball back if we lost it. I do, like we say it all the time. In a football match, it's always either your attacking players that get player of the match simply for doing the work up the top, but the people at the back always seem to be forgotten about and never ever seem to be the ones that they get credited during a game for the work that they do. Not that I think that Chelsea, they had some chances coming towards us in the box, but I don't think they really, really threatened us. And in terms of, you were like, that's going to go for the back of the net. But I think Steph Catley was defensively solid for me.
Cool. I did forget about Lucy Bronze winning the Champions League, but that's because I don't really pay attention to any Chelsea players. She's won the Champions League. But we don't want her either because we've got Emily Fox and Smealer. So, Darren, if you obviously with the we saw the players' performances. Are you in agreement with Laura, or is someone else that we've not really spoke about need to be mentioned?
No, I would have to agree with Laura, but Kim's quite close behind for her performance. Steph's always, of course, up there. Heavily criticised in the last few weeks by us. Katie McCabe had a bit of a blinder as well. I think they all did, front to back, as I said earlier on. They all stepped up and they all showed what they are capable of doing as Arsenal players. Do you know what? If I was disappointed with one player, unfortunately, it was Palova. I don't think she really showed a good account of herself. Just my opinion, of course. But other than that, I thought we were superb.
Yeah, no, good shout. I think the Palova one's very, very interesting. She's not really getting the correct game time. So I think it could, it could mean not a long future at Arsenal. It all depends. I think if she doesn't start in one of these next two games, I'd be very concerned. Kev, who are you going for if you had to choose a player?
If I had to go, it probably would be Mead, simply because that was the catalyst. I mean, as we've been saying for weeks and weeks, we've been creating opportunities, we haven't been taking them, and it just needed that one to find the back of the net for the confidence to run through the team, and she gave that to us. So on that alone, given the fact that everybody up their game, would just clinch it for me.
Yeah, that's fine. And I do like what people were saying about Borba. I don't think she's getting enough credit. Like when she was tested, she kind of stood up to it, didn't she? I know she wasn't tested as much, but all you can do is face what you're facing. So yeah, credit to her as well. And she looks like she's obviously, I think she had like a bandage or support on her leg, didn't she? So that's obviously the injury she's been nursing. So I wonder if we'll probably see Daphne in the next one of the next two games, which would be nice.
I think perfect for obviously DVD to come back into, give her a couple of minutes back under her belt. That's two games that essentially, not that I'm saying that we don't really care about it, but it's two games that could probably get minutes in, and we could switch her out if so. That even give Naomi a couple of minutes, like a few minutes in those games as well. Like I don't see why we can't do that.
Depends on the scoreline whether Naomi Williams ever comes onto the pitch. But what Borba has done is present herself as a solid number 2 behind DVD, which isn't good news for Manu, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Mate, Manu, I don't think you'll see Manu play for Arsenal again.
This is a real shame because she's a lovely person, crowd pleaser, gets us all up and going. She loves a shithousery, but I don't think she.
I'm sure we can get her a ticket in the North Bank, mate, if you want to.
I did actually send a message on her Instagram account. When her knee's up to it, she needs to get in the North Bank and join Jerry as our cheerleader.
I bet she don't have a hat. Yeah, but obviously, Amelia. Obviously, we're talking about who our player of the matches would be, and I think some of the people stand out. But how did you think Lotta done? Because I've seen a bit of mixed views. Like some people said she done really well. Some people think she might be a bit erratic and that. But what was your views on it? Do you think she was one of the contenders for player of the match?
It's interesting. I think I have a bit of a centre-back bias, if you can't tell by the shirt. Happy birthday to Steph Curry. But I like Lotta Weaver-Boy, and I think the times that she's had to come and step in, I think she's done a good job. I think she's fairly solid, and it's difficult for her because she's not always first choice. So she was behind, obviously, Leah Williamson, then she was behind Katie Reid, and she's had to bide her time and wait for a chance to come in. But when she has stepped in, I don't think she's actually done an awful lot wrong. I think she's played really well. Saturday, I think, again, it's hard to really pick out a favourite because there were so many consistent performances, and I think the job that she did do was again credit to her. She stood in. She had another solid game. She didn't let anything get through her. I think every member of that back four had to do their job in order to stop them scoring or stop them creating anything, and she was part of that. So, yeah, credit to her once again. And I think it's difficult for Lotta because I think she must feel frustrated at times that she's not always the first choice option, but she always gets her head down. She's always willing to step in. She's always willing to take a chance whenever she gets it, and she knows her role in the team. And I think it's good to have a player like that who hasn't really got an attitude problem. She's not too fussed about, having to maybe sit on the bench here and there and then be called upon when she's needed. So I think that's really good for her and really good for her to be part of the team. And I think her performances have been consistent and have been solid. So, yeah, hopefully we'll get to see a bit more of her throughout the season, even when other players could become back available and become fit. It's good to have her as part of the depth to let other players have a bit of a break sometimes as well.
Yeah, I agree. I think your brother Darren's trying to end up on the list, so as many times as possible tonight.
He did say, I'm
Borba-
going to try and wind George up as much as I can.
Yeah. Borba won't be number one. She's not better than Van Donster. But
He's fishing,
Yeah.
George. Invite him, mate.
I know. Next he'll be saying West Ham are going to stay up.
Men or women?
Both.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll agree with that.
They've won one game, so they're back, aren't they? A bit like Man United. Cool. Well, obviously in the chat, drop who you think your players of the matches were. So it'd be good to see what the difference in that. We can come back to it before we end the show.
Hannah has also just mentioned about how can we mention about Lotta Wibben Moy's playlist. That obviously
I'll let you mention that because I didn't see it and I didn't get it until you had to explain it to me. So there's no point me talking about it.
Okay, let me just read that out again. I need to find it. Sorry, you put me under pressure there. I'm usually sorted with this kind of stuff. Also, while I'm looking for that, I have a wee picture here, and it's of Gav in yesterday's watch along. Now, if anyone knows Gav, he's supposed to be a Chelsea fan. Now, these are the kind of comments you don't make when you're a Chelsea fan, is it? I will say something to you, London is red at the moment. Lol. Gav.
Yeah. Well, maybe he's like my brother, Turnbull. Remember, he is a West Ham Man's fan, and we turned him into an Arsenal. He's almost an Arsenal Man's fan now as well. He'll say different, but yeah, he
Who's
keeps
that, Chris?
yeah.
He's got a Declan Rice top, hasn't he?
In Glasgow,
Yes.
you were a Celtic supporter and then became a Rangers supporter.
There you are.
He's got a Declan Rice top. Thanks for the charity, Chris. It was nice of you.
So what would be Moy's playlist was
Yeah.
Baby Blue crying under the bridge as the Gunners dream. The bridge is over because we all know girl from the North Country run this town.
I get some of it, but not all of it.
What she's basically saying is Chelsea fans or Chelsea will be obviously crying under the bridge, Stamford Bridge.
Yeah.
We call it the bridge. The Gunners are dreaming. The bridge is over when we won.
Yeah.
And we all know that the girls from the north run the town.
Kim Little.
Got it. Very well thought out, Lotta. Remember, last season, 2 seasons ago, whatever it was, she was our player of the season. She is an enigma that I can't work out, Lotta. I mean, she's better than, forgive me, George, but she's better than some of the Lioness defenders, but still finds herself on the bench most of the time.
I agree. I actually like Lotta. I think she's a player that has to play week, like sort of say bunches of games, so that's 6 or 7 games. You don't see the best of her when she's only played 1 or 2 personally. So I think if you had her and say like Leah and Lotta as a solid partnership, sometimes it can be erratic, but sometimes it can be really good. And then you've got Steph Catley. Hopefully she signs a new deal as that squad option. And then you've got Katie Reid to still come back because I think Kadina goes in the summer. She'll go and eat some more paella. So I just think, I'd like to sign another centre half, but I think the ones we've got are doing a job as well. I think we've got a couple of comments of players of the matches, haven't we, Laura? I think.
Yeah, obviously
yeah.
James was Bobby, Steph was Marks. Obviously, being an Australian, that's.
I thought you said Steph went for Mark. Then I was like, oh, yeah, I missed it. Missed that game. When did Mark play?
Yeah, he came all the way from Australia and played as
Yeah,
well, and he was invisible. That's why we won the game, because we had.
Well, I didn't see him.
Of course, you didn't see it.
Yeah, that's right.
You didn't see it, and I didn't hear it. So, hey-ho.
I had DJ headphones for my audio headset at the bridge. That was weird. It looked like one of those, like the massive headphones that you put on. Like it looked like you was just about to do
So,
a
it was
DJ
you
set.
that was playing the shite songs. Then is that what you're saying?
What's that?
It was you that was playing the shit songs. Then
No, it weren't me. But the headset went for the first goal, so Austin had to find that. I don't know where it went, but yeah. So cool. Before we finish on the film, I want to talk about the fans. Actually, Arsenal fans, not the 4 plus Basil. Even though I did get a little bit annoyed when he tried to jump in on our fan walk, and I soon told him where to go. So
Again,
yeah.
he
Darren,
just
I'm
needs
going to come to you.
that guy, doesn't he?
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to come to you, Darren, because I know a big part of it is about the fans and the atmosphere. I think if we look at it on a whole, I think we outclassed Chelsea on and off the pitch. I think with the atmosphere of the fans, I thought it was really, really good.
So most people know that I'm relatively new to this Arsenal women's community. And this is probably I think this is only my 4th season. And I think in all the games that I've been to, and I've not missed that many over the 4 seasons, home and away, we've only ever been outsung once, and that was by the Hacken fans at Hacken. Other than that, wherever we go, we're loud because we take the numbers, because we have an established songbook. Some players have got 3 songs, some players have only got 1 song, but we normally go through the whole repertoire once or twice. And we've also got our club songs as well. All of Chelsea have got, for instance, is Chelsea, 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 Chelsea. That's it. So, and that could pretty much be said for quite a few of the other teams as well. So it's not hard, really, is it, to beat these teams when we are as loud and as proud and as passionate as we are. And when we're taking the numbers away that we always do, and we all love to have a sing-song anyhow, it just... And I know the girls, Renee talks about it every single time in her post-match interviews about the fans. So... And that's nice, it's nice to be recognised as a fan, as we all are, of course, for giving our all for them as they give their all for us.
Yeah, no, I agree.
George was really, really good. Really good.
Yeah, I agree. Ryan, I didn't really even hear him on the headset, because sometimes you can hear it like where the microphones are. When they had a chance, it sounded like a day out at school trip. That was all I could really hear. And then they've got that really hard song that they've got: Chelsea, 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 Chelsea. So, it's a hard one to learn, guys. But I'm sure you guys can. The lyrical geniuses that we are, I think we can work that one out. They did do their silly spelling test one, like give me a C, give me an H, but. The funny part with that is when they was doing that, we nearly scored. So they didn't even get the finish spelling Chelsea. So they only got up to Chelsea. So proper Chelsea, didn't they? So here we go. Kev, obviously, like Darren said, with the atmosphere, I think we're part of something special, aren't we? Like, I know we can look and we banter other clubs about their atmosphere and stuff, but if we just look at what we do as a fan base, for it to even be acknowledged by the players and the coaching staff and the club, I think that stands out, doesn't it? Like, we even saw like the players coming over us to us more, didn't we? Like, it was like Lisbon with that. I think that's the first time for a long time, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you could see how much it meant to the players. I mean, when Katie McCabe is wiping tears from her eyes. But I say, it started in the pub. I mean, Chelsea fans walking past the pub couldn't fail to hear what we were bringing. And then, as you said,
Well, they had to wear a half and half top just to fit in, didn't they?
oh, don't even go there. But as you were saying about Basil, I mean, for the first time, I just happened to be standing in the wrong place when the supporters club banner got unfurled. So I found myself hanging onto it at the front. And when Basil started doing his silly dances, I just couldn't help but laugh at the prat.
He was in front. He was in front of me, and I started singing to him. Arsenal won the Champions League. Basil watching on TV, but he soon stopped after that. So, but yeah,
that's what shut him up at the Emirates, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So he could pipe down to the bridge with his little horn and go from there. Yeah, obviously Ryan will mention. Obviously, shout out to the club, the amazing gesture they done today. Obviously, we'll talk about it briefly. There was a fan that got a bottle thrown at her and suffered injuries. So the club have been amazing with that, and Laura has as well, and everyone in the Arsenal community have been brilliant with that. So lots of love to her and her family. Paul, obviously, like you've been going a few times, and with the atmosphere, it seems like it's just growing more and more and more, doesn't it? And like, there's no cut-off point, is there, to what we can do as a fan base?
Yeah, I mean the supporters club, the club themselves, and us, well, everyone as individuals really have sort of come together and just created this wonderful community, and it's a pleasure to be part of, really. And I've said before, obviously most of you know Esme comes up with me, and I've sent her up on her own a couple of times because I know that I can send her up to these games knowing that, if she has got any sort of a problem, she can just talk to anyone up there, and it's such a friendly atmosphere. Everyone knows everybody.
We prefer her anyway, mate. I didn't want to say.
But yeah, that's what it's all about. It's a family game, and what we've created over the last few years is just fantastic. So pleasure to be part of, and I think if we talk about the women's game in general, it's something that the other clubs should be looking at Arsenal to see how can we do something like this to build the game as a whole. But when they catch up with us, we'll have done 10 more things and be 10 steps ahead of them.
And still have Kim Little.
And still have Kim Little, yeah.
Probably Steph Tatley and Caitlin Ford. I said that quietly.
I think the closest to us as a fan base that's growing at the moment, in my opinion, is Manchester United. They brought quite a few fans down to. I know, George, you're going to say they've come from Surrey, but they did bring quite a few fans.
No, I was not going to say Surrey. I was going to say South London.
South London, but I think they get it. Man United, they get it, and they are beginning to grow their fan base, which is good for the women's game in general.
It's funny seeing as their owner doesn't care about them. Yeah, I think so. I think, to be fair, I will put it out there, I think Brighton have moved in the right direction. I even think Lionesses, like London City Lionesses, they've actually started doing fan walks and stuff, and they've actually looked and saw what Arsenal are doing. So they do. Obviously, I'm not saying the numbers are the same, but they're, you know what I mean? They're really moving in the right direction. That's what you want. Like, we all take like the piss out of it all and say, oh, we're better and we do this, we do that. But at the end of the day, what's more important is the growth of women's football.
Yes.
Obviously, there's some ugly parts in it that we want to eradicate personally. And that is like, just update your bloody fantasy app so I know what's going on. But not 2 days later. Because then I realised that I didn't captain someone. So that was the annoying bit, but all jokes aside. But I think like there's some teams that could do better. No names, Chelsea. But
Tottenham.
Well, I just think obviously an argument that we've seen online is that there shouldn't be away fans in home ends. Do I agree with that? Probably, but then don't be a hypocrite and do it when you come to our grounds, Chelsea. So, and whether they're away fans doesn't mean you can throw things at people. Just saying. But I just think there is away ends, there is home ends. I get all that, but I think from a Chelsea point of view, could they promote stuff a bit more? Yeah, of course they could. Like they've got Lionesses, they've won the WSL for the last few years. It's not like they're a small club, is it, when it comes to actually women's football? So I don't know. Like I'm not in the Chelsea fan base. I don't wish to be. So, and I think that's an issue. I think it's like that when you're in a great fan base, like from a supportive point of view that we do. I think you look at other things and say, oh, well, better. Like from my own point of view, what I love about being in the Arsenal fan base, I'm wondering who's gonna mention it first. See, as people don't know, I'm actually blind. I'm actually like people might not know that. I just hold on to Darren's arm because like he's a friend. That's all. But I think what I really like is I get to travel the world and go with friends, and I can go to these games and actually have that social impact in my life. And I think don't think people realise like there is struggles like getting to games and when you're in places that are really really busy, like not being able to see or hear, like because obviously Laura has hearing loss as well. It's not the easiest, but being part of this fan base and this community really really helps.
But you are of benefit at sometimes, George. It means we can sometimes
Thanks.
the queue at the Eurostar.
Yeah. I knew I was gonna. I'm glad I come to some use. Like, don't worry about me. Just ditch me on the other side of the Eurostar, mate. It's fine.
The only last thing, Jules, I want to say
Yes.
about away fans is I don't know if any of you guys watched the multi-view on Sunday, but that frigging band at the London City Lionesses,
I watched that game.
done my frigging head in. I hope they're not there when we're there. They played the whole game, Jules, not just at the beginning and the end. It was the whole frigging game. It was shit.
Yeah. No, I just think there's still a lot for some teams to do. But just ending on that, like the community we're in, it's brilliant. Like the support, like what Ryan gives us with these podcasts. Like we have the Arsenal Women's Supporters Club. Sorry. What Farah and them guys do is amazing because we wouldn't. Let's be honest, we wouldn't get the allocations and some of the stuff that we get. But then also we have the Hype Fans Forever group, like what me and Laura are doing, and the group of people we have there are just absolute diamonds, which they've shown in the last 24 to 48 hours. Right. Ryan said franchise clubs don't count. Yeah, well, fair enough. What? That's fair. All right, Millwall. There you go. So we'll quickly preview the semi-final game on Wednesday in the Champions Cup. I'm going to quickly go around and get, because I think we're all in the same agreement that we might see a couple of different players playing. Amelia, come to you. Obviously, Wednesday, are you expecting many changes and what would your prediction be?
I am expecting a few changes, yeah. I think it could be possible that we see Daff jump back into net, particularly if Borba's got that problem on her leg, which it looked like she did, but it might just be nice to give her a rest. She's played probably more games than she would have expected to in this last few weeks. I think when she came to the club, she probably never thought she'd even make a debut, and then she's been thrown in as first choice keeper for the past few weeks. So I think it might be nice to give her a rest and give Daff a run out after she's been out injured for a little bit. I'd like to see Emily Fox probably get rested and play Smealer. I think she's more than capable, and I think Foxy's had a tough run recently. I think she had that problem with the concussion in the FA Cup game and then obviously jumped back in at the weekend. So just to protect her, I think there's no reason why Smealer can't start. I think she's definitely more than capable. And then the two centre-backs is interesting. I'd like to see Lotta play because I'd like us to have some consistency like we mentioned earlier. Steph obviously got rested for the Man United game, but then Steph's undroppable in my eyes, so I won't even cover that one. But there is potential to put like Adina in there. And then you've got the option of Taylor Hines, Katie McCabe on that left side. You can chop and change there. But I'd like to see Taylor Hines play. I think it's been a while before she's started a game now. And I think she, again, is more than capable, just like Smila Holmberg. So I'd like to see her drop in. And then it gives Katie McCabe a bit of a rest as well. And then your middle, Kim Little, I feel like, again, she's a bit undroppable. But I think, again, you have to maybe sometimes rest her up and make sure that you're protecting her. Is it worth throwing her out on Wednesday and potentially injuring her? I'm not sure. So you could put somebody like Vic Pullover in there. Kyra is back now as well from being on compassionate leave. It'd be nice to see her get some game time. She was doing well before she went off to Australia, and you know, it would be good to get her back into the swing of things and get playing again. So maybe her and Pullover and Kyra in the middle, and then your forward options are, you've got an endless option of going forward players. You could play Stina and drop Russo. You could play Livy Smith and drop Caitlin Ford. There's so many options.
Sorry.
So it'll be what she does in that sense. But for me, I think I'd like to see Russo maybe take a rest for the game on Wednesday. Maybe play Stina in there. Mido as well. I think she's definitely in good form, and it'd be hard to drop her when she's played so well in the Chelsea game. But again, another player that you could look to rest, and then you've got to maybe consider if Sunday and getting to the final, if we do get to the final, is more of an important game, and then obviously looking ahead to the City game as well. So I think there's a lot of potential for players to be rested in there, but it just depends who she's going to chop and change and who will drop out and who will come in.
Yeah. What would your prediction be?
Score prediction?
Yeah.
I won't be too overconfident or arrogant, but I'm going to say 3-0. I think we'll probably show that, you know, got a bit of class about us, and we're a cut above the level that they play at. But I think they'll try and give us a good game, and I think they'll try and be as physical as possible, because that's the only way that they're probably going to be able to stop us.
Yeah. Cool. And thanks, Dorian. Your only input in the show. Appreciate it. Everyone looks after their friend and George. Yeah. Wouldn't expect anything else off of you. You've made the top 20, Dorian. Well done. Cool.
And he's disappeared. He's gone. What's about it? He's took a phone call.
Sorry, Dorian, having a go at him.
Same old George.
I think Amelia summed that up pretty well, actually, for, you know, the chopping and the changing. It's the fear of the unknown going into Wednesday. AS Far. I mean, what do we know about them other than what was on the Arsenal email today? And forgive me while I look at my phone. Moroccan champions, a record 12 times, despite only being founded 18 years ago. Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? Again, we have got no clue about the Moroccan league. We've got no clue about this team. I did ask a friend at work who is from Morocco, and he said, never heard of them. Oh, thanks, mate. That helps. So I don't know if there'll be too many changes from Saturday. Of course, one or two. I think Amelia hit the nail on the head there. So we'll see what happens. But my prediction, I ain't got a clue. Let's just put a figure out there. 4-0. Don't know.
Hello, sorry, I'm back. Someone run me. Annoying people.
Hey, I got it right.
Smith is not suspended. She's back now.
Yeah.
And the Holmberg's on. So the words are, hold on. We got Smida Holmberg. She takes the ball. Yeah, she takes the ball and run. Then there you go. We got Smida Holmberg. Arsenal's. Oh yeah, the Arsenal's 31 or that's the line. It's the Santa Conga, or better known as Football in the Library, if you ask Sam. So yeah, that's the words to that. Paul, what's your predictions?
Yeah, I think we will have 2 or 3 changes to that team. I'd like to see, as Amelia said, people like Holmberg, Taylor Hines get some time at the back, and you know, Vicky P and Kyra come in, hopefully get some time, and you know, depending on how close Leah and Chloe are to coming back onto the pitch, might be nice to see them in a couple of those games, even if it's just sort of 10-15 minutes at the end.
Yeah,
just to sort of ease them back in so that we've got them ready for the games of like Man City, them obviously Brighton, and after Brighton we lose the Aussies to the Asian Cup as well. So it'd be nice to bring them into that. But I can't see this being too big a problem for us. I'll go for a solid 3-0, I think.
Cool. Yeah, even if Smith was suspended, she won't be suspended for this because it's a European competition anyway. And that was a domestic competition, but she did only have one match ban. So she will be back tearing the Champions Cup apart. So, Kev, are you confident as well? What's your prediction?
Yeah, I'll go with a 3-0. And yeah, Libby Smith to start, Smith at the start. Yeah, don't want to see wholesale change. I don't want to see a completely different bloody 11 out there, but I see 3 or 4 changes.
Yeah.
And 3-0. Yeah.
Cool. Hannah, ticket sales, I'm not 100% sure, to be honest, but I'd be surprised if there was, I would be honestly shocked if there was like 20,000. I would honestly be shocked, but I reckon if you get 10,000, that's probably quite good, just because it's on a Sunday. British travel and transport, don't get me started on them. Like that, I think they're run by the Arsenal medical team because they're out injured for 4 weeks and all. So, yeah, don't get me started on them. But luckily, I found a way to get to these games. But Laura, going in, obviously, we should be confident, shouldn't we? I don't just mean that because we beat Chelsea, in case no one knew. That was the champions of Europe beating the champions of England. Yeah, it's like the I'm a celebrity bit, isn't it? When Antoinette's evening five, so it's evening Gav. I think we might do that every time he comes on the show. So yeah, Laura, but we should be confident, shouldn't we? And what's your prediction?
Yeah, I think this should be a game where we should be testing out things, and as I say, although it's another chance of a trophy and another chance of a bragging right, but I do think this is where we should be testing things out and trying players who obviously don't have that best connection with each other in games like this. Also, George, don't forget we've got Reese's question. If we don't sign anyone else, what would be the formation and who would be your starting 11? That was from Reese. Remember that?
Yeah.
Thanks to Darren for reminding me that I had that question.
Cheers, Darren. I knew I'd forget
it. I'm going to go for nothing. Personally, because this team might be obviously the Moroccan champions, but we've seen it time and time again when England obviously go and play like other teams away, like and the national team, and we've seen how poor these countries obviously teams can be. So I genuinely don't think they'll maybe come and sit defensively and we'll maybe struggle a little bit against them in that terms of depending on who we use as we're starting 11 and how well they gel. But I can't see us struggling against them. I think we'll do just fine. So we'll, and hello Gary, I hope you're well. Gary's in the comments as well.
Hey Jerry, you good mate? Yeah, I don't want to be too confident, like a bit like what Amelia said, or but I'll go 5-0. Why not? 5-0, let's go. Team far away can go and see Shrek and Donkey, Lord Farquhar. So I reckon we should put them to the sword. First time I've been to Brentford as well, so apparently it's near Kew Gardens, so hopefully we'll blossom.
Well, I'm getting off the tube at Gunnersbury.
Yeah, that's a 15-minute walk, Kev. I am not doing that.
What's a 15-minute walk?
From Gunnersbury.
Oh, I've not worked out the journey yet. I ain't got.
So the way we're going is Finsbury Park to Vauxhall onto Kew Gardens or whatever it's called, and then just round the corner from there.
That's overground, Jules? Yeah.
Underground.
Oh, underground. Oh, okay. I'll have a look at it tomorrow. Is that where the pub is or the ground that you're going to?
No, that's the ground because we're going to the first game. So
Are you?
We're going to be scouts. We're going to see it. Go and watch Gotham and Corinthians.
And then going to the pub afterwards.
Yeah. I'll message you about it.
Okay.
So yeah. Obviously we'll do Reese's question. And then we'll wrap up the show. It shows how good this show's been. That's been over an hour. Yeah.
Sorry, George. Just before we move on to that, Catherine has just hit us with a stat, and it's of the channel, and we've just hit 301 subscribers.
Oh, nice. That's brilliant. Thank you, guys. Obviously, it's really, really appreciated. So, and I know someone in the chat said we deserve a lot more subs. Yeah, I'm a bit biased there. I think we do, but yeah, it means a lot anyway. And like, we do things the right way. Do you know what I mean? We're all here to have a bit of fun. We don't always agree with each other. Normally, me and Darren. But
and there's no swearing.
No, we don't swear at all. We only drop certain French words down like C bombs and S bombs and all that. But all jokes aside, we're all just talking about what we love to talk about. So yeah, the more people that share it and it gets around, the better, really. And we're gonna be like reaching out to do other social platform stuff as well. Right, Reese's question, Laura.
If we don't sign anyone else, what would be the formation, and who would be your starting 11?
So right, I will start with who takes the longest.
I'm going to guys. I'm afraid I've got
no worries.
I will catch you all. I'll be there on Sunday.
Yeah, cool. See you Sunday. Thank you, mate.
See you then.
See you, Paul.
See you, Paul.
Right, Darren, go with you.
What am I doing? Sorry, mate.
If we don't sign anyone else, what would be your formation, and who would be your starting 11?
Jesus. Oh.
No, he plays for the men.
DVD.
Yeah.
McCabe. Catley. Leah. Fox. Mariona. Kimmy. Oh God, Palova, I guess. How many have I done there? 4, 7, 3 to go.
It's not mastermind, mate.
Mead, Russo, and I've got to get one more, haven't I? Stina.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
I panicked at the end. I couldn't think of anybody other than Stina.
All right, cool. That's fine. Amelia.
I don't know if she can hear you.
I don't think she can hear us again.
I think she's having problems. I think.
Okay, no worries. I'll come back to
I can hear you now, Laura.
Oh, okay.
You can hear me. But George is asking, if obviously Reese's question, if we don't sign anyone else, what would be the formation, and who would be your starting 11?
I would probably play a 4-2-3-1, and I'd play Daff in goal, and then Emily Fox, Leah Williamson, Steph Catley, Katie McCabe as a back four, and then Kim Little, Mariona in the midfield, and then 3 in front of that with Mead, Russo, Olivia Smith, and then the central striker being Stina. So it leaves Russo in the 10, and then Stina just ahead of her. But yeah, that 4-2-3-1.
I like that.
Kev.
Ditto.
Right, that's quick. That's done. All right. Laura.
Oh.
I think I'm the only one who's going to go for that one.
If I don't say 4-4-2, I'm getting a divorce by the end of the night because my husband will be happy. He's always demanding a 4-4-2.
Yeah, but he's about 80, isn't he? So
he's about 80. I don't know if I married an old man. No offense, Darren or Kev. No offense.
You know, Kev's in the chat.
I don't think I'd start Stina. I think I'd start Olivia Smith. Obviously, Alyssa Russo up front when she's firing on all cylinders. Beth Mead. Midfield of Kimmy Little, can't drop Kimmy Little, Mariona and Kyra Cooney Cross.
Oi.
No, so I'm just laughing because Erasmus just come up with a 4-4-2 in the chat.
Yeah.
He's just given.
We'll read that in a sec.
And then the back line is obviously Leah Williamson, starts all day, every day for me. Steph Catley. I'm gonna take Kate McCabe out and put Smeela because I genuinely think the girl's got pace and like I think there's a lot more to see from her, and I'd like to see that. And as long as Kate McCabe's there, that girl's only going to be coming off the bench. So I'm going to take Kate McCabe out. And then the other side, Emily Fox.
Cool. What's James's obsession with Borba?
I don't know.
Now, where's that come from? That's come out of nowhere. That's like a Randy Orton move. Come out of nowhere. Right.
James obviously played goalkeeping when he was, his position was goalkeeping when he was younger. So I think he just takes a liking to other goalkeepers.
Fair enough. I have to ask him when he's on the show again. So I'm going to go.
Woman sit next to me.
James, what's your obsession with Annika Borba? There you go. The floor's yours.
As I said, I was in here last Monday and I'd never seen Borba playing before, and everybody. The thing was, when DVD got injured, it was Manu 2.0 was coming in to go. Literally, we were going to crumble, we were going to fall apart. The floodgates, 3-4 for scoring against Arsenal. 6 clean sheets in 9. And the only female keeper to ever keep a clean sheet at Stamford Bridge. What Merlin said, she's a class goalkeeper.
She is.
And plus as well, as a goalkeeper, go to sit with the Goalkeepers Union.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll give you that one. She's got a good son as well. Right, I'm going to go, before we finish the show, I'm going to go Van Dunselo in goal. I'm going to go 4-3-3 actually, not this 4-4-2 rubbish. I'm going 4-3-3. Daphne, Fox at right back, Taylor Hines at left back, Leah Williamson and Katie Reid. I think on paper they're if everyone's fit, obviously they're the best 2 centre halves that we've got. And that's nothing on Catley. I just think Katie is better. And then the 3 in midfield, I would go Kim. Oh, hold on. I probably would just go Kyra, just because I've seen her play a bit more. Mario in the 10, where she should be. And on the left, I would go Smith, Russo through the middle, and Beth Mead on the right. And then you've got super sub Chloe Kelly to come on to win you the game. That's what I would go for. But if we sign Georgia Samway, obviously Samway becomes Kyra. Cool. Right, we will finish it there. It's been a really, really long show and a really, really good show. Just want to say thank you to everyone in the chat. It's been absolutely amazing. And thank you to everyone that subscribed. Obviously, a few people have subscribed today, so that's really, really good. Just want to say thank you to my kid. Amelia, thank you. You've been absolutely brilliant. It's been amazing having you back on.
Yeah, thank you for having me, mate. Really appreciate it. Loved it.
Yeah, no problem. And Kev, great to have you on as well, mate. See you Wednesday.
Most definitely. I'm taking the afternoon off work.
I see.
Yeah. I don't mind the exercise walking from Gunners, Bury.
Yeah. You enjoy your exercise. And Dazza, thanks, mate. Brilliant as always.
No worries, matey. See you Wednesday.
Even though you don't like me hosting the shows, but I appreciate you. But yeah, all jokes aside, yeah, we'll see you Wednesday. Laura, thank you for everything, like more than just doing the show and producing it all. Obviously, all the support and everything you do, and just for being you, Laura.
Thank you very much, buddy. Can you also do me a favour going forward? Can you give yourself more credit than you actually give yourself? Because without obviously without you, that this wouldn't obviously be a thing either. And also what's went on behind the scenes today with the club and etc. in regards to the young girl that get hit at the weekend with a bottle. If it wasn't for you and that idea, that wouldn't have been a thing either. So give yourself more credit,
thank
buddy.
I'll try. I'll try.
Give yourself
thanks, thank you.
Jeff Catley pat on the head.
Yeah.
I'd knock myself over, mate. It's fine.
He's already hurt his wits. No.
Yeah, felt me ripped already. But yeah, so also thanks to James in the background as well, because everything he does as well, we really appreciate. And yeah, so we will be back. There'll be a watch along on when we play Wednesday. So there'll be a watch along again on Wednesday. We had 2,000 people on the last one, so that was really, really good. That was probably a few of them Chelsea fans
Evening
crying
Gav.
watching that. Yeah, evening Gav. So yeah, we'll be and then we'll be back Friday for a preview, hopefully preview show of when we're going to be heading towards the Champions Cup final. So everyone have a good evening, and remember, just be nice. It doesn't take. You don't need to be horrible, and violence is not what we want in the women's game. Everyone's entitled to support who they want to support and enjoy it, and not come back being injured. So take care, everyone. Good night, and have an amazing week.